morning, it's Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review. We'll be looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP, looking at the MACDs, the moving averages and the day's support, resistance and pivot levels. It is Sunday the 29th of November. Jumping straight to Bitcoin against the US dollar, bearish start to the morning. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid the pivot at 17,527 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 18,129. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for Bitcoin to break out from yesterday's high 17,910 and back through to 18,000 levels, however. So barring an extended crypto rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Bitcoin test resistance at 18,500 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 18,512. A fall through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 17,144 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should stay clear of sub 17,000 levels. Second major support level sits at 16,542. Looking at the MACDs, we've got a narrowing of the bullish histograms there, so I need to keep an eye on that. Possible bearish cross. On the EMAs, however, we are seeing the 50 close the gap on the 100 and the 200, suggestive of further upside ahead. So keep through the early part of the day, avoid the pivot at 17,527, break out from yesterday's high and back through to 18,000 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Moving across to Ethereum against the US dollar, also bearish this morning. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid the pivot at 530.65. Take a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 556.29. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for Ethereum to break back through to 550 levels, however. So barring an extended crypto rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, could see Ethereum test resistance at 580 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 574.47. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 512.47 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should stay clear of sub 500 levels. 23.6% fib, it's at 495. Second major support level sits at 486.83. Looking at the MACDs, got a marked narrowing of the bullish histograms and a possible bearish cross there this morning, so keep an eye on that. On the EMAs, the 50 is flattening out on the 100 and the 200 as well, so need to also keep an eye on that. So keep through the early part of the day, avoid a fall through the pivot at 530.65 and break back through to 550s to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and you've got support levels in play. Moving across to Litecoin against the US dollar, bearish start to the morning. Going to need to see Litecoin move back through the pivot at 72.06 to bring the first major resistance level at 75.73 into play. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Litecoin to break back through to 75s, however. So barring an extended crypto rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, could see Litecoin test resistance at 80 before any pullback. The second major resistance level sits at 78.68. Failure to move back through the pivot would bring the 38.2% fib at 71 and the first major support level at 69.11 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should stay clear of the second major support level sitting at 65.44. Looking at the MACDs, also a marked narrowing of the bullish histogram and a possible bearish cross. Need to keep an eye on that. 50 EMA is also flattened on the 100 and the 200, so also need to monitor that. So keep through the early part of the day, break back through the pivot and through to 75 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels are in play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against the US dollar. It's a particularly bearish start to the morning here after yesterday's breakout. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP break back through the pivot at 0.076 to take a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 0.6750. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ripple's XRP to break out from the 23.6% fib, sitting at 0.6274, and yesterday's high at 0.65547, however. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect the first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of breakout, should see Ripple's XRP test the second major resistance level at 0.7229. Failure to move back through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 0.5596 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should steer clear of sub 0.55 levels. 38.2% fib sits at 0.5285. Second major support level sits at 0.4922. Looking at MACDs, also a narrowing of the bullish histograms and a possible bearish cross there, so need to keep an eye on that. On the EMA, the 50 is holding its ground on the 100 and the 200, however, so that's suggestive of possible recovery through the morning. So key through the early part of the day, break back through the pivot at 0.6076 and break out from that 23.6% fib at 0.6274 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels are in play.